Hi, Daniel Kertcher from Platinum Pursuits. I've spent well over 10 years now traveling all over the world to 25 different countries, and I've taught well in excess of 100,000 people how to build extraordinary wealth in the stock market. And in that time, I've come across a lot of different people. And in my experience, I can put those people down into two different types of investors. There's what I call the gamblers, and there's what I call the traders. Now, there's a difference between gambling and trading. Now, a lot of skeptics will say that the stock market is just another type of gambling. And I totally disagree. There's definitely people who gamble in the stock market, but there's also people who I call traders, who are trading the stock market. So what's the difference? Well, a trader is somebody who has a written trading plan. That is, they know exactly when they're going to get into a trade. They know exactly when they're going to get out of the trade. In fact, they know when they're going to get out of the trade before they even get into the trade. Why? Because they have a written trading plan. They've gone through a strategy, they've written it down, or they've learned it from somebody else, they've applied it in the market, they've learned how it works, they've used it over and over and over again, they've demonstrated and proven to themselves that it's a strategy that has a high success rate. And then their confidence grows, and so when they see opportunities based on their trading plan in the market itself, they have the confidence to go and trade. They also know how to protect their downside risk. They quickly are aware that the market's not always going to go where they think it's going to go, and so in case it goes against them, they know how to minimize their risk, but if the market goes in their favor, they know how to maximize their profits. And the profits that they do make in their trading, they compound onto the next trade, and then over and over and over again, thus compounding their returns in the market, and can grow phenomenal and extraordinary wealth in the market in a reasonably short period of time. That's what traders do. Now, gamblers, they don't know what they're doing. They're just doing it. They're shooting from the hip. They're buying here. They're selling here. Yeehaw, having a good time. They don't really know what they're doing. They're just doing it. Now, there's nothing wrong with gambling, except for the fact that you never grow your confidence as a trader. I mean, as a trader, I use a trading plan. I can look back at trades I did well over 10 years ago, and I can see exactly why I bought it, exactly why I sold it, because it followed my plan. And I can therefore learn from the experience. If you're gambling in the stock market and you don't know why you're buying and selling it, then if you look back at your historical trades, from a few years ago, and you say to yourself, why did I buy that? I don't know, I forget. And why did I sell it? I don't know, I forget. Well, if you can't remember why you bought and sold something in the stock market, well, you can't learn from the experience. And if you can't learn from the experience, you can't grow your confidence. And if you don't grow your confidence, you don't put any more money on your trades. And if you're not putting more money on your trades, then you're not growing your wealth. And if you're not growing your wealth, you're never going to develop what I call a financially abundant mentality. And if you're not going to grow a financially abundant mentality, what's the point in doing it in the first place? The key to growing your wealth in the market, in my experience, is to have a trading plan. It's imperative that you identify when you're going to get in, when you're going to get out, follow that plan over and over and over again, prove to yourself your plan works, and then use that plan to grow your capital. As you make a profit, compound the profit on your trading over and over again, and then let your assets grow in the stock market in a quick and reasonable time period. Use the power of leverage of certain instruments like CFDs, options, portfolio margining, and also use the protection instruments to insure your positions so that if you make a mistake or if the market moves against you, you get most, if not all, of your money back. That's trading. That's building your wealth in the stock market. Now, doesn't mean you can't gamble. And just because you're guessing as to which way the stock market's going to go doesn't mean you'll make a loss. In fact, one of the worst things that can happen to somebody if they just take a punt. They hear a tip from a friend, they put some money on the trade just as a guess or a punt or a gamble. What's the worst thing that can happen to them? That's right, they make a profit. Not that they make a loss. The worst thing is they make a profit. Why? Because then they think it's okay to gamble. But the reality is, would you have the confidence to keep putting more and more and more money on the trading, right, on your trade, if you're gambling? Put it this way. Let's say you had a written trading plan, and you followed it, and you followed it and followed it to the T. And after 100 trades, you followed it exactly right for 100 trades. And chances are your trading plan won't make a profit every single time. Let's say your success ratio is about 70%. And 70% of the time you look back and you know that with 70% accuracy, you make a profit 70% of the time. And you also know that you're maximizing your profit. But you also know that 30% of the time you make a loss. But that your trading plan incorporates that loss and minimizes the loss so that if you start to make a loss, you cut it quick. And let's say you did that 100 trades. So after 100 trades, you've had 30-odd losses, which you've cut short, and you've had 70 profits, which you've let grow. And you've built your capital. How much confidence would you now have in that trading plan? Fantastic confidence. And would you be prepared to put more money on your trading at that point? Of course you would. And would you be compounding your money from your previous trades? Absolutely. Now think of yourself as a gambler. Let's say you do 100 trades and you have no idea what you're doing. You're just guessing. You're just throwing some money in the market and hoping for a return. And if the market goes in your favor, great, you make a profit. But if it goes against you, you lose some, maybe even all of it, maybe even more than what you put on, right? Because you're not cutting your losses short. You're just letting see what happens. Now imagine after 100 trades, okay, you've had some profits, but you've also had some losses. And the losses tend to blow out a bit on you, because that tends to be what happens to gamblers. How much confidence would you have to go and put more money on your trading after 100 trades if you know, because you've demonstrated to yourself, that when you make a profit, it's okay, but when you make a loss, you lose a lot of it? Would you have a lot of confidence to put a lot more money in trading? Probably not. So what I find is that most people who've been trading the market as a gambler for the last few years, they never get beyond putting about $2,000 to $3,000 to $4,000 per trade in the trading they're doing. Why? Because they don't trust themselves. They know they can lose money, and they don't want to lose any more than $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000. So that's all they're ever prepared to risk in the market. But you're never going to grow your wealth if you're still monkeying around with small amounts of money. The key to making money in the market is to have the confidence to go and put a lot of money on your trading. Now, the key to growing confidence all stems to having a trading plan. So ultimately, there's an important aspect to investing in the market, and that is to have a written trading plan that's been demonstrated, that's been proven. And the best way to learn that is to learn from other people who've been doing it before you. Right? Platinum Pursuits, we've been doing this for well over 10 years now, teaching people all around the world strategies that some of which have been taught to us, others we've created ourselves, and then we've demonstrated and used these strategies for many years throughout multiple different market environments, rising markets, falling markets, sideways markets. And we keep using these strategies over and over and over again, proving to ourselves and demonstrating to our clients that they work. And then we teach these strategies to our clients so that they can use them themselves. That's one of the most important things to get started in the stock market. Have a written trading plan which you can then rely upon to then grow your confidence, grow your experience, and move forward as a trader. So what's the next step? Well, be sure to visit this website. It's an excellent resource. From there you can do a few things. Number one, you can order our free introductory DVD called Unleash the Power of the Stock Market. We'll mail it out to you so you can watch it. It's brilliant. It'll teach you all the different strategies that we use to build our wealth. It'll introduce you to some of our clients who have had some fantastic success in the market. And it gives you an excellent outline of all the different strategies and services that we provide at Platinum Pursuits. We like to look upon our clients as members, members of an elite group of people who have demonstrated the desire to build extraordinary wealth. So I look forward to seeing you at our upcoming events, as well as joining our membership at Platinum Pursuits.